Hello everyone, welcome back to Maverick Mods. This week, something a little bit different. Welcome to episode 1 of Maverick Musings. Normally when you guys see me, I've got a welder in my hand, I'm covered in dust from sanding a car, covered in grease from working on an engine, because that's my passion. I like to work on cars, I like to restore old cars, I like to build hot rods. One of my other passions, I'm a retired airline pilot, love all things aviation. I've got many other interests as well. Every once in a while, I may go a little bit thin on content, which the reason why we'll get into here in just a minute. But I'll go a little bit thin on content for what I like. I like to put out a video every week, just so you can keep up with the progress of my projects. Over the last week, life got in the way. Couldn't quite get enough content for a normal automotive related video this week. But I've been seeing some things on YouTube and other social media platforms, which I don't do TalkTick, I don't do Bookface, I don't do, what's the other one, Wastagram. I don't do any of those, but I spend a lot of time on YouTube. And one of the things I've been seeing just really has started to annoy me. And so that's the content of this week's Maverick Musings. Episode 1, there's nothing intelligent about artificial intelligence. Some of you guys might be like me. I don't watch TV at home, don't even have cable. But you know what? I watch a lot of videos. That has replaced cable TV for me because I can watch what I want, when I want, at the pace I want. My YouTube tastes, obviously, a lot of automotive stuff, a lot of aviation and airline related stuff. I like geology, I like geography, I like astronomy, I like history, things like that. One of the things I've been noticing has just gone rampant in the last several months, especially, is AI generated content on YouTube. And I'm sure the other social media platforms as well. Most of you guys probably know just what I'm talking about. You look at the thumbnail, you look at the title, looks, hey, that might be kind of interesting. Let's see what's up with that. You click on the video, it opens up, and you get the same robotic voice that every one of these AI videos seems to have. And you know right away that it's AI generated. But what really, and I'm not against, AI content per se. I just watched a alternative history video. If I can think of it, I might link to it. It was actually kind of interesting. Completely AI, but it was fiction, and it was kind of interesting to watch. But there seems to be a ton of videos recently that have come out, the 10 best Chrysler engines or the 10 best cars of the 80s or something like that, whatever it is. 10 best astronomical discoveries in the last century, things like that, whatever it is. And as soon as you click on it, you know it's got that same robotic voice. But what really annoys me about this is about halfway through, the content is, well, it probably was, whoever generated this video probably just told the AI to read Wikipedia. And you start figuring out that half of what they're talking about is wrong. That annoys me, number one. And number two, so now you're kind of clued in, all right, something's not quite right about this. So number two, you go halfway through this video and they're talking about how great the Chrysler 426 Hemi engine. Well, wait a minute. None of us ever called the 426 Hemi the 426 Hemi. It's a robot reading off of a script that the content creator never wrote in the first place. So that's annoyance number two. Annoyance number three is now you're fully clued in. So you go and you read the comments thinking, all right, I know this is wrong. Let's see if somebody caught it in the comments. And the first 15 or 20 comments, however many there are all AI bots saying how great this video is and how much they learned from this video. And every one of them reads pretty much identical. Not only that, any of the other AI generated videos have pretty much identical comments. So you know it's robots that are programmed to respond to robots, and it was created by a robot. I got nothing against robots. I watched iRobot, thought it was a great movie. Okay, let me get back on center. What I guess what really bothers me about this is when I make videos, I do it because, well, I'd like to monetize my videos and I'd like to make a little bit, just if nothing else, just to help pay for the lights, if nothing else. And I work my tail off to try and put out what I hope are good quality videos. And just so you guys know, I could work here for a week. I could film a lot of what I do, and literally 98% of that footage you never see because it's not, nobody wants to see me fumbling through 50 hours of the week. You want it condensed down to a 20 or a 30-minute video. So obviously a lot of it gets, on the cutting room floor. But in producing these videos, the rule of thumb, which is absolutely true, it will take 3 times as long to perform whatever task you're trying to do if you're filming yourself doing it. And that is absolutely true. So if I wasn't filming these videos, the latest car I'm working on would not have taken 2 years. It would have taken 8 or 9 months. Well, maybe not quite that short, but you get the picture. So I put a lot of work and a lot of effort into trying to just make and film and produce these videos. And some yo-yo is out there, and all he does is hit the little button to tell AI to generate him a video. He puts in absolutely no effort, no work, no whatsoever, and his video is competing with mine. And that just it sticks right here that I put all this time and effort, and all somebody else is doing is just pushing a button. So, okay, rant all you want. What are you going to do about it? Well, I've been researching this a little bit, and supposedly YouTube and Bookface and TokTok and all those, they're aware of this and they're trying to put a stop to it. Yeah, right. Good luck with that. But what can we do about it? Well, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. Here's what I'm doing about it. The way the YouTube algorithm works, it's all about subscribers, it's all about likes, it's all about comments and shares and things and notifications and things like that. So how can I fight back? And if you guys want to, how can you fight back? There's really not much. Sometimes you can just look at a video in the thumbnail and you can see, okay, this is probably AI. Sometimes you can't. And what I'm doing is when I see that, and within I'm keyed to, as soon as I hear that voice, all right, this thing's AI generated, boom, stop watching the video. I go down and I hit the dislike button. Let's talk about the dislike button for a second. A few years ago, any one of us could see the number of likes and the number of dislikes. And they took the dislike away, and a lot of that had to do, I hate to say this, it was actually political, because there were a couple of things that came out on the political side of it that it got like 40,000 dislikes and 3 likes. And that didn't set too well with the political leaning of the social media companies. So their response was, well, we'll just remove the counter for the dislikes, which means we can't tell how many people disliked the video. You can still tell how many people liked it, but you can't see on the other side. But as a content creator, I can see how many people dislike my videos. Thankfully, I only get a few, which tells me that maybe I'm doing okay. Maybe I'm doing a good job. But if I hit that dislike button and enough people do that, now I don't know if in the algorithm that dislike button means anything, or it probably means nothing to the content creator, but it's at this point, it's the only way we can fight back. And if maybe we can, start a dislike button campaign on these AI generated videos, then maybe somebody up in the chain and YouTube will kind of get the hint and try and put a stop to these things. Now, if you happen to like those AI generated videos, I'll tell you what, go down and hit the dislike button and tell me you didn't like what I just said. If you do like what I just said, go down there and hit the like button. Tell me you like this stuff. So where are we at? I think I'm done ranting for the day. Thank you guys for watching the inaugural episode of Maverick Musings. There's actually I've got a humdinger for the next time I want to rant about something. But until then, keep the shiny side up. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.